Again, my name's Gabe Zollner. A viewer sent me a rather interesting article, and the title of it is Obama Going Head-to-Head with Russia Over Syria. And what this talks about is that a representative from Saudi Arabia had set up a meeting and met with the Russian President, Vladimir Putin. And the gentleman's name is Bandar bin Sultan. He's head of the Saudi intelligence. And what he did was he offered Putin a bribe, and at the same time he threatened to blackmail him. And what he did was he said that Russia could end up being in a strategic pact to control the price, production, and distribution of oil throughout Europe. And in exchange for their agreement to not oppose United States and British action to topple Assad regime in Syria. So that was the bribe. And then what he also did was he came out and he sort of blackmailed them. And as you may or may not know, the Winter Olympic Games are going to be held in Sochi, Russia in February. And what Putin was told is that, quote, "I can give you a guarantee to protect the Winter Olympics next year. The Chechen groups that threaten the security of the games are controlled by us. These groups do not scare us. We use them in the face of Syrian regime, but they will have no role in Syria's political future." End of quote. So what Putin did was he ended up sending back a very clear statement. And what he said that a massive military strike, if it's being called by the West, and if it attacks Syria, then what will happen is that Russia will respond with a massive military counterstrike on Saudi Arabia. I'll tell you what, I don't think Obama realizes who he's playing with. What we got is a community organizer playing with an ex-KGB operative, Actually, he was head of the KGB. He wasn't just an operative. That's like, I don't know, what kind of analogy could I compare that to? I guess that's like a baby seal trying to square off with a grizzly bear. You know what I mean? All right, so obviously Putin's not all that concerned about the Chechens bothering the Olympic Games. And he sort of nailed it on the head. You go back and tell Barack Hussein Obama, and you go back and tell King Abdullah that if Obama goes ahead and strikes Syria without approval from the United Nations, which they're not going to get because Russia has veto power. And if they do that, then Russia is going to counterstrike Saudi Arabia. How's that grab you?